So the audience of my learning object are pre-kindergarten through kindergarten students, and the goal that I would like them to reach ultimately is to be able to sequence events in a story, or what happens first, next, and last. So when you come to the first slide, you see the title of our story, Little Red Riding Hood, and the goal and the objectives. And then I have my navigation button to the story, and that functions. When you get to the next slide, I've selected a YouTube video of Little Red Riding Hood.
Once
Wait,
upon a time,
you see
there
that
was a
that
girl called
functions.
Little Red
So
Riding
we'll move
Hood.
on to the
Every
questions.
Sunday,
And this slide kind of gives them a pause moment to think about the story, and it gives them a prompting question to prepare them for question one. When you get to question one, first of all, I want to change this. This is a placeholder right now, the flower. I want to find a photograph that I can edit that looks, a little nicer. And you get a true-false question. The wolf told Little Red Riding Hood to pick flowers for her grandmother and ran as fast as he could to grandmother's house. Of course, this is true. I'm going to say false just to show you. Might try again, and the way I gave feedback to prompt the student to answer a different way. When they answer true, it says correct. When you click continue, then it switches it to the next slide. Excuse me. And then you reach another think about it slide, so it prompts the student for the next question. It gives them a moment to think about, what the question that they're going to answer. And when they click on the button there, then it goes to the next slide. Now this one is false. If you answered true, again, it would prompt you, but we answered the right way, so it moved us to the next slide. Gives you another think about it screen. What did Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother do after they sent the wolf home? So think about it, move on to question 3, and it gives you that question. So we're going to answer incorrectly this time. That'll give you that feedback. Hit continue, gives you another chance to answer the question. So this time you answer it correctly, then you can move on. So you've earned a little reward, so it's kind of like a little motivator. And then we continue by practicing placing the story in a sequence of events. So when we hit next here, choose the picture that illustrates what happened first in the story. Now I have a little bit of audio. I think I will do audio throughout. That's one of the first things that I actually incorporated into my learning object. So that's something I'm probably going to change. If I clicked on home here, it would take you to the beginning. So you could start over if you want to. I don't know if I'm going to keep that. We'll see. If I click on the hint, I will, since we're talking about what happened first in the story, the hint will take you back to slide 1-3, which gives the prompt before the first question and asks you to think about, what happened first. So you'll choose a picture. The only thing here, and I have a question for you, honestly, like when you give feedback to me, is how do I get the pictures to make sense to a young learner? Can I, and I don't know if I can, it's an ethical thing, and I don't know. Can I take a screenshot of like snapshots of the video from YouTube and place them like this happened first, next, and last, the things that I selected? I don't know. If I cite them at the end, maybe. Otherwise, I'm going to have to find pictures that'll illustrate what happened first in the story here and some other pictures that, won't make sense. And then we'll move on. Right now, as I click, you see the navigation buttons, they don't work, so I have to hyperlink those. So I'll have to work on that. The next slide is choose what happens next, and I have to do a little bit of alignment adjustments, here too. So that'll take some work. I need to work on the navigation buttons here, add the pictures. Of course, the next one will be what happened last. Then after this kind of series of questions, I would like to add a slide that asks you to place the pictures in order. What happened first, next, and last. And then hopefully you can drag the pictures. I haven't worked in Storyline before, so I'm not sure about what type of quiz questions there are, but I want the student to be able to move the slides around and place them in the right order before they can move forward again. Then at the end of the learning object, you have well done, you've earned a basket of Red's cakes. So that's your reward. And And then your kind of extension, moving like away from the learning object, is to continue to practice by retelling the story to a friend. You know, that's above and beyond the original goal. So that's kind of, I don't know if it's really like a summative assessment, if I even have a summative assessment, but it's more like formative and informal assessments along the way. But I think they're motivational since you're earning rewards along the way. So I'd like to hear your feedback on how I did. Thank you.